like a space, you're holding space for them to heal themselves. Like, what greater job can you have? Like, the job satisfaction in spa and beauty is really like, it's a two-way conversation. It literally is just a conversation, so don't be too nervous about interviews. Like, if you don't like them, next interview. So I did a short on this video as well, so if you like more like direct, you just want to see the answers already, but this is more like chatty video to explain it all yourself undercover as such, to really see if you like it and see how the staff are. Like, you could be approaching, you could be solo entrepreneur like that, and you could be approaching salons, so a lot of these apply because you'd be talking to them and you're like, I want to rent the room. So how do you approach them? It's kind of like an interview as well. Hello, hi, fellow spa therapists, holistic therapists, soul, purposeful, energy healers, all of the above. Even if you're like a spa attendant, spa coaching, freelance, solo entrepreneur, all those things. Basically, what I wanted to talk about today was interview questions and how to get a job, or also like how to get like if you're freelance, how to promote yourself, all of the above, but mainly like interview. Right. So I did a short on this video as well, so if you like more like direct, you just want to see the answers already, but this is more like chatty video to explain it all. So I'm trying to think back on job interviews. I remember doing a couple of them like straight out of beauty school, and I remember always prepping beforehand, like researching the company and having something to say about the company, like about the spa. Like, it's simple to look up like when they were established, what their philosophy is, always to mention in the interview, like have this in the back of your mind. If you've like looked at their website, like that takes like 2-3 minutes, and it's so easily done, and that's just like a basic, like you can have questions about like how many staff would I be working with, and what treatment rooms, and like will I be sharing a treatment room, but like things like the company or anything you can find out about the website looks really like respectful, that like I'm coming to this job interview and I'm not doing 10 interviews in a row, which you probably not. As in, you've taken the time to look at this company and see, does it align with your career goals, does it align with you, your philosophy. Like, you're not going to work in a spa that's all just, what if you're like really soulful and energy, and then you're applying to a place that's all about sales and clinical and results driven? Like, are you really going to last there long term? Like, you need somewhere that you agree with and you can grow and you gel and you mesh with the people. So yeah, do a little bit of research before you actually get to the clinic, like online. Or what's really good is like ask around, has anybody been to this clinic? Maybe you could secretly go get a treatment, if you're like not mention that you're looking for a job, but just genuinely go as a guest. And if you really have your heart set on one clinic, you can be like on one spa, like mention like, oh, a couple of years ago I actually came for a treatment here and it inspired me to want to apply, so I got my qualifications. You guys are specialists in holistic treatments like hot stone, and since then I really agree with those philosophies. I actually went off and did a weekend higher diploma or higher like CPT advanced training in advanced massage techniques, because you guys do so many massages, or the client care was really outstanding, or therapist's presentation, philosophy, the products I use from your spa, something like that. So not to like, compliment them overly, but just to, if you haven't been at their spa, you could just say, oh, a friend of mine spoke at the spa of your spa, and ever since then I've become really intrigued and I want to work here because your philosophy aligns with, you use natural ingredients, you use vegan ingredients, you are against animal testing, you are anything like that. So take the time to look at their website, even if it's a small local beauty clinic. Oh, I feel like I really like to work one-on-one with clients. I really like to establish customer loyalty. I like to have regular clients that are with me for years, that like I just want to build that small community. I want to know like who's coming into me. I want to know whose nails I'm doing. I want to know, and I think I can do that for you guys here in this local small clinic. Like, maybe I'm from the area, or I'm just from the next town over, so I understand how these people tick. I understand how they work, like things like that. That can easily, you can find all that out from their website. Like, read the job description, look up reviews from the clinic, ask friends and family if they've been there, or go yourself undercover as such, to really see if you like it and see how the staff are. Like, this applies also if you're a freelance or solo entrepreneur and you want to approach a clinic that you want to rent a room off them, or you want to do like a seasonal, you want to move around 4 or 5 different clinics, and you want to like once every Saturday, or I come once a month and I run my specialist clinic, like reflexology or allergy testing, or like soulful massage or sound bath healing, or women's circle evening time, like an evening class, or I talks. Like, you don't have to always be a therapist. You could be like, I do skin analysis, I'm a skin consultant, I come once a month and I bring all my machines and I check your UV radiation and I bring my products, or I sell the products you have in house. Like, you could be solo entrepreneur like that, and you could be approaching salons. So a lot of these apply because you'd be talking to them and you're like, I want to rent the room. So how do you approach them? It's kind of like an interview as well. So the main one, first point, do your research on the company, check their philosophy, check their history, how long have they been in business. I see over time, these are the treatments you do, I have all certs in these, or you have this treatment, that's the only cert I'm missing, I would like to add that to my repertoire. So if you give me the opportunity, I would love to come work with you guys. I have all these certs, and the last one I'm missing is this specialised spray tan or these specialised nails. So I really want to get into these type of brows or this type of waxing, so that's why I want to work with you guys. I think I have the baseline skill, and a lot of clinics, like, they will turn around to you, and I've had this said to me as well, like, we want somebody ready to go, we want somebody fully qualified, but if they like you, like, we want somebody to hit the ground running. It's like a phase, like a thing I've heard, but like, they mean it in the best way, as in they're running a business. They can't afford to be like training staff all the time. They often do need somebody on the ground running, but you can be like, I can do these treatments, or I'm a massage specialist. It's how you market yourself, and just have that really clearly written into your contract, that you're not expected to do 5, 6, 10 different treatments, but you're a specialist in this. Like, are you being hired as a massage therapist, as a spa therapist? Are you being hired as a solo, you're just renting the room? Like, does it complement the treatments they already have? Are you in competition with any of the other staff? Like, say if you're doing eyebrow embroidery, tattoos, and somebody else in-house would like to start that themselves, and they've been in the company 2-3 years, like, you kind of have to ask and do your research and approach it that way. Never just assume like, double check. So double check the company, ask for reviews or anybody who's a client there already. And then that's really impressive in an interview. They're like, why should we hire you? And then you're like, well, while I was doing my prep for this interview, I went onto your website, or I went and looked at reviews, and I could see your customer journey or your funnel. I have a whole video about customer journey and the links in the chain, so check that out. People become aware of your salon, that it's not always just when they walk into reception, that it's actually way before that. How do they become aware of your clinic? Maybe they've seen something online, maybe they've heard from a friend. That's actually when the customer journey starts. And just because you're a therapist doesn't mean you also don't experience customer journey from other spas. You're also a client. That's a big one as well. So you can be like, the interview question, why should we hire you? It's like a typical job question. It's they want to see if you're a good fit. They want to see if you're going to stay there for a long time. They want to see if you're going to be comfortable in the job, and you're going to want to progress to like do you have career goals? Do you want to be spa manager? Do you want to be head therapist? Do you want to become a specialist? You could approach them and say, you seem to be a really popular lash bar. I also do brows. I'm here for a lash job, but in the future I would like to expand. If you guys would be open to the idea of advanced brow techniques, something like that. Or you could just be like, I want to do my career goal. If it's not spa management or HR, clinic management or sales person, you can definitely be like, which is ideally most people are aiming for in the beauty world, would be skills, the world skill trade, or beauty fairs, to become if you are happy doing your treatments and you're happy being a spa therapist, but look into skill training. They're like competitions that you find at beauty fairs and beauty shows and trade shows. I don't know what you would call them in America, but we have in UK, Ireland, we have trade shows. So can that be a good career goal of yours? Say, I would love to compete in a competition, massage therapist, world skills, like that. Or my career goal is to expand my massage treatment repertoire. Or I would love to study acupuncture, or I'd love to study something complementary. I'd love to study advanced this other form of a massage technique. So why? So do your research on the company, match it up. How does your career goals and plan individually align with theirs, and how will that fit in a business model? At the interview, for you, it's about your sole purpose, and it's about your career development, but what from their side and their point of view, what they want to see is how will that match up in a business model as well? Will it be a win-win situation for both people? So you get to progress in your career, whether it's in-house with them, or whether it's expanding your treatments, or Like, basically, are you both going to be able to make money? Because at the end of the day, unfortunately, it is a business, and there is that consideration of like, it's not a bad word, business. It's not a bad word to be like, I can sell, or I can, I have so many videos about ethical selling, how it's like an extension of the treatment, and how it's home care. It's like you're doing half a treatment, you're doing the client an injustice if you don't sell and you don't recommend home care. So, or rebooking the back in, like repeat customers, like people will benefit if they get treatments done more regularly. Like a once off isn't going to keep your brows in a good shape. A once off, like they don't want random clients. Like it's so much better to know who your customer base is and you see them on a regular basis. If they live local, why are they shopping around the salons? Why are they not happy with your service? It's like, because you're not providing them a way for them to repeat that look at home. You're not educating. Like if you do somebody's brows, are you taking 2-3 minutes at the end of the treatment to be like talking them through, this is how you color them in at home. Like, yes, I tinted your brows today, but this is how you're going to maintain them at home. You're going to get longer. Oh, you obviously won't have to come back for as many treatments like normally you recommend every 2 to 3 weeks. But with your brows, if you fill them in between, you'll get a tiny bit longer, and we want to see that growth. I'm threading them, so we want to see a little bit more growth, and like to be able to fill them in, overpluck them in the past. So we need that little bit of growth. So just space out your treatment to 4 weeks. Come back to me once a month, and then we're going to tint and thread, do the works, and brow embroidery, whatever's the latest nowadays. And it's just to give you an example of this is how you might chat to the client and promote sales. So and you can talk like this, how I'm talking about, like pretend scripting or pretend talking to the client. Do that in the job interview, because you're demonstrating your skill and you're tying it in with well, I would be a really good fit for your company because I'm a real believer in ethical sales, and I'm a real believer in extending the effects of the treatment. This is how I would talk to a potential client. I can see your clinic. I did research on your website. I did talk to friends. I actually know 2 or 3 people who have very recently booked in and been your customers. I've seen your clinic for a long time. I've had my eye on you guys because I'm a good fit, because I think I can add value. We can both have a win-win situation here, because I want to progress my career in, let's say it's a brow salon, in like, I want to do world skills trade. I want to do world skills practice on brows, so I need to like really get my clientele up. I love regular people. I love to see the brows growing in and progressing, and I also believe in home care. So this is how I would talk to a potential client. Instead of getting them to book every 2 weeks, I would actually tell them to come back, because I will get them better results, but they're going to be using these products in between, lash serum, growth serum. Do you see how it would all fit in? That's how you could structure and take charge of the interview. This is my next tip. People are, the interviewer or the employee, they need to see like a business model. Is it hiring you will add value to the company more than what they need to pay you in wages and stuff? But you have the opportunity for commission and other ways to ethically boost your income. The video's all about that as well. Check them all out. It all links together. Yeah, take charge of the interview. This is your interview. So this is my next point, that you lead. So they might give you a question or 2 to prompt, but you have in your mind the points that you want to get across. You want to get across your work experience. You want to get across, link everything. Like, they don't actually care about you personally initially at the interview. So if they're asking, why should we hire you, or what do you know about the company, or tell us a bit about yourself, they don't mean tell us I'm so old, did my qualification here. No, they mean like, how are you going to fit into our company? Why should we hire you? It's like, demonstrate your skill, either verbally, like a fake scenario, or like a talk through scenario, as I call it. Like, I just did there with the sales, or like, I basically want to see, how would you add value? How would you be worth their time hiring? It's a business. Don't be offended. Don't take it personally. Yes, you're there to do the treatments. Yes, you're there to help people, but it has to be a win-win. How can you help them, and how can they help you progress in your career? And lead. You take charge of the questions. I predict some of the questions, look up stereotypical questions you're going to get in a job interview. They apply no matter what industry, but basically keep talking until, don't give them a chance to like sit there in silence. Don't ramble on. Have your points pre-thought out. Say, I want to get these 3 to 4 points across. I'm not going to learn off a script. I'm going to just have my bullet points in my mind, because then it will talk about naturally. I want to get across that I have this work experience, I'm qualified for the job, and even if you don't have work experience, show how you might have done mobile treatments, or you might have done like work experience for free, or how you are very enthusiastic show them a portfolio, like give them actual social media proof, or if you don't have actual clinical work experience, like say I'm willing to start at a junior role, but I do need to be compensated for my time and my energy. I don't have direct experience, but look, here is a portfolio of my work. I can demonstrate that I can do the skill. We can do a trade test. I'm qualified, I've practiced on my case studies, I've done family and friends. I don't have direct work experience. I need the chance to build that up, and that is why I've come to apply for the junior spa therapist role, but I don't see myself in that role very long. I want to progress. I'm here to get the work experience, so I will be hoping to work my way up to head therapist within a year or two, when I build my clientele, when I get accustomed to your practices in the salon. So yes, you can hire me as a junior therapist with no direct work experience, but I can reassure you, like, you could talk like that. So you see how I'm taking charge of the interview? You're not sitting there in silence going, like it's a test, like they're testing you and you're sitting there waiting for questions. You have your 3 or 4 bullet points about, in your mind, back of your mind, that you want to get across, that you are there to demonstrate that either, even as a solo entrepreneur, that you can both make money, a win-win situation. You're there for the long term because their clinic allows you, their salon, their spa allows you to progress in your career. Why would you not stay? That you're going to help the clinic make money because you're open to sales and how to sell, or you're open to add this new treatment. They don't have this treatment on their treatment menu. All the 3 or 4 separate competitors in the area. Like, if you start listing off competitors, they know you've done your research. If they've been watching these other spas, and that you go, all 3 of these spas in the surrounding area, in the other hotels of your league, and you're a 5-star spa, these other 5-star spas are offering this service. They've had it on their menu for how many years? I can offer and add that service because I have gone out of my way to do this extra search and be qualified in that field. So you see how you can link it all in, and you're taking charge of the interview. You have your bullet points in your mind, and you're demonstrating verbally how you are a good fit. Don't talk about personal life. Don't talk about, I love doing this, I love it. They don't want to hear that you love doing it. Like, yes, you can say I have a passion, but how have you shown that passion? On the side, I do pamper parties because I love spray tan so much, or on the side, sometimes I don't like hearing that you do work outside, because if you're working a full-time job, how are you going to have the energy and the time? Like, you're taken away from that. So you have to say, well, now I'm ready to commit to this full-time role. I want to specialize in this. Like, everything aligns. Basically, just keep highlighting how your career goals, your work experience, your training, your motivation is a good fit for them, and you both will make commercially money. Like, you're there for a job, so it is a job contract. Like, you need to take that emotion out of it a little bit. I know it's so hard when you're like a really soulful, purposeful entrepreneur. Like, you may have to consider going solo and then renting from these clinics if you want to have that autonomy of, I'm holistic, these are my philosophies, I can't work under what some people love, I can't work under anybody, I need to, like, my gift is like this. But at the end of the day, that exchange of money for energy, it's not a bad thing. It's you're adding value to the client, and the money just happens to be the way that you get compensated, because it's exchangeable. They can give you energy back, and they can give you feedback and stuff, but it's money is a lot more of it's a measurable energetic compensation for the value that you've given them. You've made the client feel better, and things have to be regulated and the same from one client to the next. Like, you can't, what if one client is able to compensate you more energetically than the next one just because they can express it better? Like, that's not fair. It has to be the same across the board, because then you can roll. If everything is streamlined, if everything is commercial like that, you can actually help more people. If it wasn't commercial, it'd be very disorganized, and it'd be a lot of like energy exchange that isn't really, like, one person would get more than the next, yet you're extending yourself as a therapist the same way. It just isn't feasible long term. That's how you kind of have to look at it, not like just the money and just that superficial aspect. Like, really do look into like the energetics behind it. Like, that'll resonate with people who are really holistically minded. But if you're just beauty, express beauty, like, you're there, like, commission targets, like, that's fun for you. Like, targets and sales can be a game as well. It's like you're helping the client, so not that you don't feel bad, but you are there to help the client. That's where the ethical part comes in. They're paying for a service, you are doing them a disservice by not giving them the full treatment and the home care advice as well. Why would you keep that to yourself? You know, and basically, yeah, you see, take charge of the interview. And my last point is that interviews are there for both parties. Don't go in like a student, like a oh please give that please energy. Like, value yourself and your services. Like, as a fully qualified beautician, holistic therapist, like, you have the option to work for yourself. So like, it has to be worth your while to go work in a clinic and that environment, and working with other therapists. Yeah, the spa might have the equipment and the massage bed and the room and stuff, but technically you could offer that service if you really wanted it from home. You could do reflexology treatments from home. So it has to be worth your while. Why are you joining this spa? What is the exchange? So with a client, it's the monetary exchange for the value that you're adding them, but with the spa, what is that exchange? Yeah, you're getting your wages for your time, but what is the energetic exchange after that? Are you getting career progression? Are you getting opportunities you can't get as a solo entrepreneur? Like, don't let the interview turn into them grilling you. Take charge. It's a two-way conversation. It literally is just a conversation. So don't be too nervous about interviews. Like, if you don't like them, next interview. It's just a chat. It's literally just a talk for you to see if you like them just as much as they might like you. Yes, you need to like promote and sell yourself. It feels really like, yes, it can feel a bit awkward at times, like you're promoting yourself, but that's just what has to be done, and that's just the way people have to talk in the commercial world. Like, because then it's neutral, it's like everybody has the same chance, and like, that's how you stand out, if you just embrace it. And like, if you have a good self-confidence and self-worth about, I'm qualified now, maybe I don't have 2-3 years of experience, but if I do, then I'm even more valuable as a therapist. So I need to see career progression. I need to see, like, how are the other therapists happy? Are you giving me something I can't get as a solo entrepreneur? You might ask about staff incentives or staff nights out, or like the social life, the social aspect is a big one. Like, yes, it's not monetary. You don't want to just talk about commission and pay structure or hours, like flexible working hours and that kind of thing, and working conditions. It's also about the community and the social life. Like, you could ask, what do you do for somebody's birthday in your spa? If it's one of the staff's birthday, that's a clear sign that they care about their staff, that they are a little like work community, that they support each other. What do you guys do for like staff night out? Or do you offer some kind of, like, as a spa therapist, it's hard for me to actually, I'm going to be working weekends, the most popular treatment time. If I'm in a resort spa, like, when do I get treatments? Don't know myself. I obviously love treatments. Is there staff incentive maybe for that instead of paying extra commission that you guys offer, do you offer any staff, like, can you be a training model? Can you be can I come in on my off day for discounted treatments with the spa? You see, those kind of questions really show that you basically, at an interview, they want to see, have you pre-thought? Have you thought out about, okay, I'm going to sit down and actually imagine working in this spa. What would it be like? Well, I've come for a treatment, or I've asked my friend who was here a few weeks ago what the staff, what the vibe felt like. Like, you could compliment them and say, your staff seemed really relaxed and happy and really attentive. That's the type of therapist I want to be. They seem really relaxed, and your guys seem to be doing something right. They seem genuinely happy and helpful, like that they have a lot of energy. So it seems like a really good workplace. Has to suit you too. It is a work contract at the end of the day. And not everybody wants to be solo entrepreneur. Like, that comes with its own challenges. A lot of people like that, you know, your wages are done, your hours are set, and you don't have to go grafting, trying to market and find clients. The clients are there. Like, you have this well-oiled machine behind you, so you can focus on your skill, basically. You can focus on your craft instead of having to worry about marketing and business. Like, not everybody is into that. So there's so many benefits to working as a therapist in an establishment already. See if it aligns with you. So I hope all this was helpful. I hope it gave you food for thought and a bit more confidence going into an interview. Just bring that energy of friendly, open, warm, but that you're also checking, not in a standoffish way, but you're also, I'm valuable, I'm qualified now, I'm putting myself out there, I'm trying to get experience, or you have experience in these salons, that's valuable, I'm checking whether we're a good fit. It's like, they can respect that. They respect you more as a therapist instead of, please give me a job, please hire me. No, why? Or have you actually sat down and thought about, before you're applying to the job, have you considered their philosophies, your career path, all that? Like, it takes, sit down for an hour to browse the job section and the job descriptions, and a lot of job descriptions. A great last and final tip is, obviously, negotiate your salary. Negotiate, because don't just take it up front. Don't sign the contract there now. No, think about it, and if you're valuable, you negotiate your pay and or perks not everything has to be pay. It can be like the commission structure, or put something in your contract that after 6 months I have shown to reach sales targets or to reach client retention targets, that customer base, that there's some kind of benefit there, or that is not fixed. After 6 months I need in writing that there'll be a review, everything in writing that you've agreed upon in the interview as well. It's a business at the end of the day, and it makes you more respectable if it's like, well, I've nothing to hide, let's get it in writing. We're here to do business. Especially if you're a solo entrepreneur, like you're looking to rent from the clinic, get it all in writing, all those little details. And don't be afraid to negotiate, and don't be afraid to review and go back 2 or 3 times with the contract. Well, I hope you found this helpful. It will give you confidence, and best of luck in your interview. Just remember that, negotiate. Until next time, thank you for watching. Leave a comment down below if there's a particular job interview question you're nervous about. But remember, take charge of that interview, and best of luck in your career, and be prepared for that practical trade test, which is really common. You don't always get it, but it's quite common to get like a practical that you need to demonstrate your skills there and then. So sometimes bring, like, especially if it's a nail bar, bring some nail equipment, red nail polish, French nail polish, just in case. That's happened to a friend of mine. They just, trade test's gonna happen now, have you brought anything? And she wasn't prepared for that, or which is like, because you think it's an interview, like, just think of all eventualities, and think about before you apply, taking some time to imagine working there and what you want to get out of it as well. And best of luck in your career. Follow for lots of career advice, and just remember to keep on helping people, and that you're in this for the right reasons. You have your passion. That I know it's hard to navigate some of these kind of more businessy concepts, but that it's all just trial and error and practice, and you have to put yourself out there, and once you do, you'll be so happy you have, and it's so worth it when you see the results with the clients and the transformations and that connection. And you should be very proud. You're changing somebody's energy, you're giving them so much, like a space, you're holding space for them to heal themselves. Like, what greater job can you have? Like, the job satisfaction in spa and beauty is really, like, personally, yes, it's physically demanding, or it can be mentally, emotionally, if you're dealing with certain clients. It's demanding, but if you have the passion, you're going to get a lot of job satisfaction. So best of luck in your career. Follow for more advice. I have stuff on Instagram as well if you want to get in touch and DM me directly with a sales question. Oh, I keep coming across this with clients, I don't know what to do in that scenario. I'll try look into it for you. Free advice for you. Use that service. If you guys want to see like a newsletter with these kind of sales tips, pop your newsletter down in the comments below. Check out some of the other videos I have. I have other videos about what spa treatments to get, what career advice, and lots of things from my years of working in various different salons, and then also trying to set up my own beauty room and clinics. So I have lots of experience, and I talk a lot about that as well. So it's a wealth of knowledge just sitting up here that you guys can benefit from. If somebody had told me this, frankly, from one therapist to the other, then when hair, fitness, beauty, all that industry, health and well-being, like if somebody had just sat down and said some of these things, like why are we like keeping it all to ourselves, why do you have to go through all this trial and error? Like, listen to people who are a few steps ahead of you, or have done things that you like, that you see, oh, I like their approach, I resonate with that. Like, take advice, take notes. It's on the internet, it's on YouTube, it's there for the taking. So why not? Until next time.